और आज जी हाँ हम एक बार फिर से हाजिर हो चुके हैं। आज के मैच के बारे में बात करेंगे। टुडेज मैच वन साइडेड गेम, अ गेम जितना गेम इस देखो, मैं इतना मैच ये देख के अपसेट हुआ, मेरी बात भी अटक रही है। जितना कम हम के बारे में बात करें उतना अच्छा है। सबसे पहले लेट मी टेल यू द रिजल्ट्स। Rajasthan Royals, if you're just joining us, Rajasthan Royals have comprehensively beaten a tired Kings, Chennai Super Kings by 7 wickets, and they have put them out of their misery. So, for this season, it's Tata bye bye to Chennai Super Kings. No matter what happens, I don't think they'll be able to qualify with 14 points. So, up to talk about the game, I have with me the Delhi ka Munda, the Delhi ka sabse bada fan, Sunny Singhal. Sunny, welcome to the show. How are you doing, my friend?
Hi, Mumbai. I'm doing good. And talking about today's match, it just didn't look like it was CSK who batted on that pitch, and the way they played the game was just too disappointing to see.
Well, absolutely, Sunny. I just wanted to understand, what do you think went wrong with Chennai tonight?
First of all, I thought it was a good toss to win, but the pitch was very difficult to bat. Even in the second innings, that Jaws Butler played a very astonishing kind of inning to take RR home. With that partnership with Steve Smith became very crucial for Rajasthan Royals. And talking about Chennai Super Kings, their batting didn't click in this season. I would say not in this match, but in this season, the batting doesn't look like that they're gonna score something 150 plus or 170 plus rather in every match. And in one match they do good, and the other two matches they fail miserably. That has been the case with them.
Let's highlight Swapnil's point. Swapnil is being too cheeky there. Swapnil says, "What happened to Keshav as he joined?" Keshav, you're right on the time, okay? Hi, Keshav. Swapnil is asking about you. He's saying, "Where is Keshav as he joined support staff in the CSK camp?" So, first of all, welcome to you, Keshav. Another bad day at the office. What is going on with Chennai Super Kings, buddy?
I wish I had the answer, and I wish Dhoni and Fleming had the answer. But match after match, loss after loss, these two guys keep coming in. One in the presentation, one in the conference, and all they talk about is process, 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 and uh, it's like
Right.
अगर प्रोसेस से ही सब कुछ होना था तो फिर आपके पिछले 8 सीजन में सिर्फ एक टाइटल क्यों है? Since 2012 they just won one title. Yes, they made the finals, but nobody remembers the second best team. The only team that's remembered is the winner of the season. So yes, you made a lot of finals, yes, you made every playoff, but that process is only uh, valuable if you're winning the titles on a consistent basis, like MI is doing. They have won three titles in the last 7 years, and possibly they'll win yet another one. So I mean, what do I say? It's as a CSK fan, it's very difficult to put it into words because we are we are getting used to see these kind of performances every second game. क्योंकि एक मैच में इंटेंट नजर आती है, अगले में फिर से ये वही बुलडोजर की तरह इनको खींच खींच के खिलाना पड़ता है, स्कोर लेके आगे जाना पड़ता है. एक मतलब like if you see the example of last game, against a side like Delhi, they scored 180, a very competitive total. There was intent in Jadeja, Raidu, and today it was complete opposite. So it's definitely age catching up, reflexes getting slow. Probably they can't play with the same sort of energy for 2 games in a row in 2 days because पिछला game परसों ही था. So अब क्या बोलूं इमाम, अल्लाह ही हाफिज है हमारा.
Yeah, man, that's we understand. I completely understand. And coming from guys, if you're watching us for the first time, Keshav is a pakka Punjabi, pakka not a Punjabi but a Chennai ka do friend, fan. Punjab मैंने क्यों बोला? We'll come to that, Keshav, in some time. But he has been following CSK for like since the time they started because Dhoni was with Chennai, and Keshav is a huge Dhoni fan. So I think the disappointment on his face is very, very clear. So Keshav, before I move on to ask the other questions, is this the end of the road for CSK in this tournament, or you still see them with any kind of a chance to making to the playoffs in the next 4 games?
Well, if you see historically, teams have made it to the playoffs with 14 points, but the problem this time is even if they win, the next remaining games get to 14 points. I don't think they'll still be able to make it because already 2 teams are almost on 14 points, and the rest of them are going to end up with more than 14. So even if Chennai wins the remaining games, get to 14, I still think they'll end up in the bottom half of the table.
Absolutely. Finally, I think
So
this is the end of the road.
I think yeah, I mean, 2020 and stranger things keep continuing. So for the first time, probably you will see Chennai not making to the playoffs, and another bizarre thing could happen that we can see probably somebody like a Bangalore or a Delhi lifting the trophy, which has also never happened before.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Sunny will not mind the first thing which you said. RCB will not agree. Swapnil, I just, Swapnil ka point I highlight karte hain team. Sunny, I would want you to talk over that. He says that any number 6 or 7 middle order batsman has the second highest run getter in the team. That shows how badly the batsmen have performed. Even trying calculation to enter playoffs is beyond the capability of this team now, which we just agreed upon. So, Sunny, Fab du Plessis, Shane Watson, Ambati Rayudu, there was no intent. In fact, the Karan was sent a couple of games ago to up the ante, but today he has become like Watson and Faf. He took more balls and scored less runs. So, your thoughts about the batting of Chennai Super Kings?
I think as Keshav mentioned about being them the oldies and they do well in one match and you can't expect them to do similar kind of thing in the other matches. That has been the case with them in this year's IPL, and well, you can't blame someone like Sam Curran for playing that kind of innings because his team has been doing that for the past 9-10 games. So you can't blame him for that. And I think to be honest, it doesn't look nice at all because CSK at one time has been one of the consistent, one of the most popular team in the IPL, and this year they've just what should I say? I don't even have the words to express the feeling. That is my point.
Right. So let's look at the points table. Keshav, you can look away. Don't look at the screen. I know this is going to be tough. So, guys, can we quickly have the points table on screen? He literally has moved away. So that's what we have, guys. DC right at the top. And as Keshav said, this has been 2020. Look at number 8. Chennai Super Kings is at number 8 position. And they have played 10 games. And on the other hand, if you see Rajasthan, they are at 8 points now. So now at least they can think positively and try to win the rest of the games and then hope that the other results go their way. Thank you, team. Keshav is back. Thank you so much, Keshav, for looking away for a minute. So, Keshav, let me ask you this question. This question is something which I would want you to answer as a fan of a Chennai Super Kings franchisee rather than a Dhoni. Do you think now that they are out of the qualification rate and Dhoni himself admitted that now he give chances to people who haven't played, do you think this would be the right time to step back and Dhoni not playing or just moving away and having the other people? And as Wayne Bravo said in one of his interviews, Dhoni knows who's going to be the next captain of CSK. So if he really knows and if he really thinks that this is the guy who will take the team forward, do you think it will make sense for him to step back and allow the new guy to captain the side for the next 4 matches so that they can build towards the next year now?
No, I don't think it will make sense for him to step aside because I don't see honestly any option other than probably Faf du Plessis who could lead this side because other than Dhoni and Favre, there are no international captains really, or even Dwayne Bravo. He has led CPL sides, but I don't think he's a
No, no,
captain material
no,
now
I'm
at
not talking. No,
37.
no, I'm not talking about Fab, Dwayne. These are gone. मतलब ये पुरानी पिक्चरें हैं. वो दीवार त्रिशूल जो अमिताभ की आती थी ना वो वाली है. I'm saying, and let me throw a name out there. Do you think that a guy like Sam Curran can be given the mantle of the captaincy, and then he can be retained going forward because he has captained, at the junior level? So, do you think Sam Curran to be the captain?
No, no, not at all. I don't think. Yes, they can retain him for sure next season, but he's going to be an important player in coming years for CSK. But not really a captain material for me. He hasn't led any of the franchisee or any county team so far. He's just uh, 20 or 21, and it's too early for give him the captaincy at the moment. Even if you see, in the last few games, even his performances has also gone a bit down because of the pressure that was built upon him, the hype that was being created that Sam is a sole young kind of a player in the team and he has that energy and all. So since they got him up the order, and uh, I don't think he has been that consistent with ball and bat both in the last couple of games himself. So yeah, I mean, Dhoni said that they will give chances to the newer and younger players because now they have seen that going back to the basics didn't work. But whatever their first plans were, it didn't work because they always want to give a good longer run to the players, one too many rather than one too less. So now that since they have tried it out with the older players and it hasn't worked, so probably Jagdishan or Gaikwad probably coming in, and they are themselves to blame for because see, people are saying कि ये team खराब थी, oldies थे, but even with this squad, they should have found the right combination. They didn't find the right combination at all. I mean, you're sitting out a Hazelwood who has played couple of games and has done well. You're sitting out Imran Tahir who could have been deadly on these kind of pitches, especially in the second half. You are sitting out Jagdishan after just one game. He played one game, he got a 30 odd. और आज अगर आपको एक्स्ट्रा बैट्समैन खिलाना ही था तो फिर जादव की जगह जगदीशन क्यों नहीं? जादव ने आज भी 7 बॉलों में 4 रन बनाए हैं. पहले भी हम उसके लिए सर पीटते रहे हैं अपना. पहले
He
10
was
बॉलों
on
में 3
fire.
रन बनाए थे. हाँ,
He was on fire, I said. He continued his form.
ही वाज नॉट ऑन फायर. उसका एशेज वैशेज बन चुका है. अभी इतना निचोड़ लिया उसको, खत्म हो गया उसका. अभी और क्या निकालोगे उससे? तो इट्स लाइक आपको जब एक एक्स्ट्रा बैट्समैन खिलाना ही है तो किसी नए ऐसे बंदे को मौका दो कि वो इंटेंट दिखाए. अगला कोई थोड़ी अपनी नेक्स्ट गेम के लिए जगह पक्की करने के लिए भी खेलते हैं लोग. तो दे ट्राई टू.
While you talk, you can continue, Keshav. Ritvik का point highlight करो, guys. Ritvik is agreeing to what you said. Keshav, go on.
हाँ, तो दैट्स व्हाट ना. आपने गायकवाड़ को पहले मिडिल ऑर्डर में खिलाया, ठीक है. उसको अपनी ओपनिंग की जगह नहीं दी, कंसिस्टेंट रन नहीं दी. आपने जगदीशन को एक मैच दिया, उसने 30 ओवर मारे, उसके बाद उसको बाहर बिठा दिया. 2 मैच के लिए आपने जादव को बाहर किया बिकॉज ऑफ पब्लिक प्रेशर एंड फैंस प्रेशर. ही वाज नॉट परफॉर्मिंग. 2 मैच के बाद आप वापस लेके आते हो. पिछले मैच में ना उसकी बैटिंग आती है ना बॉलिंग वो करता नहीं है. इस मैच में फिर से आपने उसको खिला दिया. If you don't have enough confidence in Jadhav anyway, you are sending Jadeja before him. So if you are
Yes.
sending Jadeja before him, he's coming at 5 down. और उसके बाद भी Shardul and Deepak can bat. Chawla can also bat a bit. You have batting lineup till 8 and 9. So when you have that kind of a batting lineup, then you play without fear. You don't play this kind of conservative क्रिकेट, दिस काइंड ऑफ अप्रोच की यार. ये तो ऐसे खेलते हैं कि जब 3 डाउन होता है कि ऐसा लगता है 9 डाउन है, पीछे को बचा नहीं है. ऐसे विकेट बचा बचा के खेलते हैं कि पता नहीं लास्ट 3 ओवर में क्या कर लेंगे.
See, Sunny, you see Keshav on fire, not Jadhav, because he's really, really unhappy and he has every right to be. Swapnil makes a couple of points I want to highlight. It. Teams like CSK, RCB don't have any deputy. They have to go with current captains even after failing multiple times. Yeah, kind of true, Swapnil. He also says Kedar Yadav exists in CSK only to make Dhoni looks better in comparison. Just kidding. Hashtag just kidding. Yeah. But that's true, Swapnil. I agree with that because Dhoni himself looks a shadow of what he was. CSK should look ahead and prepare new team for next auction. Otherwise, I don't see CSK winning. Venkat Narayana, absolutely true, Venkat. That's what we are trying to discuss. We discussed whether we can have a new captain. Both Sunny and Keshav rejected Sam Curran, so that should not be the choice. They will have to find somebody else. Sunny, before we close on the CSK topic, what about Rajasthan Royals? This game, Rajasthan Royals came into the game with a lot of pressure. I'm not sure whether you guys saw the dressing room video. The most interesting thing which is happening these days is that all these franchises are keeping their dressing room videos on YouTube. So I was watching one of the videos and everybody was down and out after ABD Villiers innings and CSK, and Steve Smith was so dull. He said, "Guys, we don't have any other option but to win the next 5 matches." And after that, coming in and putting in a performance like this, Sunny, do you think RR now is like have woken up from their sleep and can get to that number 4 slot if they can do all the things right?
Yeah, well, I think that's the only case with them. If they do all the things right, then only they can make it to the top four. Otherwise, if they lose any of the matches, it might be all over for them. As I said, unless and until something wrong happens or something bizarre happens with a team like RCB or KKR, I don't think anyone out from the top four, as the current top four stays there. And also, in the press conference, MS Dhoni, what he actually said at the last is, it's fair enough. This season we weren't there, but maybe we didn't see as much spark from some of our youngsters. And where are these youngsters here? He said we didn't see much of a spark from some of our youngsters. How many
Kedar
youngsters
Yadav,
do they have?
केदार यादव के बारे में बोल रहा था, इसका स्पार्क मिसिंग था. सो आई थिंक दैट्स वेयर द प्रॉब्लम है. शुभांकर सेज दैट लगता है सीएसके को किसी ने कह दिया है कि हारने से पॉइंट्स बढ़ते हैं, इसलिए इतनी आसानी से हार जाते हैं. Shubhankar is trolling CSK right now. Okay, so perfect guys. So let's quickly talk about Butler ka innings here on that kind of a difficult track, Keshav. And all of us were always talking about why Butler at number 5 or 6 when he can open. But I think Rajasthan Royals know something which we don't, because today that turned out to be a masterstroke. If Butler was out early and if he was sent out in the opening position, then there would have been no one to handle the pressure. Yes, Tewatia was there. Sir Tewatia is there, but not that every game he can do it for Rajasthan Royals. So, your thoughts on Butler's innings tonight?
See, he's been the finisher for England in ODIs and been batting down the order in test matches as well for them. Recently, he finished a very unthinkable kind of a game, against Pakistan in, when they were, I think, 120 odd, 5 down, and they were chasing something 270 or something. So
Yes.
he has been doing that finishing role for England for quite some time in a couple of formats, and so what they have done is they've swapped the roles of Stokes and Butler in T20s, because for England Stokes plays at 5 and Butler opens, but here what they are trying to do is and possibly giving Stokes the chance to open, because he's not played all the 10 games so far. He came late to the party, so they want him to kind of get a bit more time in the middle. And since Butler has been there since the beginning and he has been finishing for England in other formats, so they probably thought that will serve two purposes. That for chasing games, Butler will sort of be our finisher, and if we are batting first, then we should have somebody down the order who can also play that kind of a role, where if we need the big hits, then something what Pollard has been doing for MI or something other teams have, that this Stoinis is doing for Delhi. So probably they needed Butler to be in that role, and it's been paying back nicely now. बट ठीक है, आज देखो क्योंकि चेन्नई थी सामने, चेन्नई का अटैक था, तो इसलिए बटलर finished it. Sanju Samson still failed, even against an attack like Chennai. Sanju Samson still failed. So it was only a matter of one more wicket for Chennai, and I'm sure if there is a better bowling attack in the opposition, then these guys are still vulnerable. And for that, to address that vulnerability only, they have probably put Butler in the middle order rather than putting.
Okay, perfect. Butler and Smith experience won them the game. Absolutely true, Ritvik. Swapnil says, whenever people troll, criticize CSK, I feel that Keshav would want to chase that person. People are testing his patience. Swapnil, you are the one who started it off, by the way. Huh? He'll go on and chase you. But a word about Deepak Chahar, Sunny. I think one of the most fantastic performances has been, and Deepak Chahar has been a standout. Not just this year, he has been the standout for CSK for the past 2 years now running. And he was a wonderful pick for Chennai in the fast bowling department. What about him? Bowling fantastically well, 2 for 18, I guess, in the 4 overs which he bowled.
Yeah.
Fantastic bowling.
Well, he has been a consistent player in the CSK unit since 2018, and he has been doing that job of taking early wickets in the power play for them, which eventually provided them that platform to, restrict a team to a low total. But that didn't happen today. But credit to him, he bowled really well. He bowled 17 dot balls in his 4 overs, gave 18 runs, picked 2 wickets. And also, he has been one of the best, I think, one of the best CSK bowlers, and also he has done well for India also. And you got to give credit to also Steve Smith today, because he anchored the innings. One-sided, he was playing defensive so that Butler could actually progress the innings in aggression mode. As Steve Smith scored 26 of 34 balls, anchoring the innings, giving the platform to Butler to explode himself.
Absolutely, completely agreed. I think one standout performance, Deepak Chahar, Keshav, you would agree that one of the most positive sign for Chennai Super Kings.
And
for the
also
past
Josh Hazelwood did well today. He actually gave 19 runs, and he also bowled 14 dot balls in his quota of 4 overs.
Hazelwood is one of the fine bowlers which Australia have, so not surprising with that. But I hope that now that Bhuvaneshwar is on a decline, I hope that Deepak Chahar goes back to the auction and Hyderabad pick him for next year. As a bit selfishly, I think, but hopefully that happens. Keshav कहाँ गया? Keshav suddenly gab हो गया.
I
So
think his Wi-Fi must be.
okay, his Wi-Fi is acting weird. Yes. So people who might think कि वो चेन्नई की वजह से गया, he is not one of those guys. He is always ready to face it. He always gives it back. So he's not the kind of a guy who
And
will के चेन्नई आ रही
Imam
तो
bhai,
चला.
here's one point which I want to ask you about
Sure.
Sanju Samson, because Samson at the start of the IPL, he showed some content, and he was like, "I'm there for the wicket keeper slot, and this is what I can do." But after those few games in the start of the IPL, he hasn't done anything great. So your thoughts on that?
Sunny, tonight I felt he was very unlucky. आज का जो dismissal था, that was a freakish dismissal, and that's the kind of dismissals that happens 1 in 100 times. It's trying to glance the ball and Dhoni took a blinder of a catch, so that's something which we can not count. And then there was one game against Bangalore where he was not out, in my opinion. Chahal took the cotton bowl, and that was given out. So yes, I agree with your point that Samson has not been consistent, but at the same time, whenever he has got into the game or whenever he has played, even scored a 30, he looked like a player in form. That's the thing with Samson. It's not that he looks out of form. Even if he scores a fine 20 or a 15 or a 25, he always looks to be a class apart. So that's what impresses me about Samson. But yes, I agree with you. He should be more consistent, because here Rajasthan में उसको पूरे 14 गेम मिलेंगे. So he still has around 4 games and a lot of things to prove. So that's something we should do. So that's what I think about Samson. All right, Keshav is back. Keshav is back. Oh, good to have you back, Keshav. So let's quickly now, talk about the next point which is there on the agenda. Keshav, do you see Rajasthan qualifying to the playoffs? Do you think that finally they have got the team combination which will take them through to the next round, which is going to be very, very important? And they also play Kolkata, by the way. They have a match against Kolkata, so they can beat Kolkata and ensure that.
And against your team also.
But Kolkata se hai, so
Yeah, I
Kolkata is
think
on 10 points, right? Yeah, go on.
I think Rajasthan has the right ingredients, especially the four foreigner players are. I think if you look at all the franchisees, these four are probably the most impactful T20 players. If you see just the four foreign combinations.
Yes.
So,
Yeah.
given the team they have, the resources they have, even the Indian players, Tewatia and Gopal are doing the job with the leg spin, and also contributing with the bat. The quicks, especially Karthik Tyagi, as I've always pointed him out, especially, and the experience of Uthappa also at the top of the order. Then Sanju Samson, as we all keep praising him even after failures. So they have the right ingredients, but I don't think it'll. Their chances don't just depend on themselves alone. I think they will have
Yes.
to wait for other matches results also. And if that happens, I think they are a very strong contender for the fourth spot.
Perfect. Let me throw that question here. Is asking us. So thank you, Swapnil, for that question. So if you have to choose between KXIP, SRH, and RR, which team deserves to be number 4? Well, I'll tell you my opinion, Swapnil. Out of these three teams, they will be out. KXIP and RR would be the teams I would definitely want one of them to qualify for the fourth spot. I'm not counting. I'm a huge SRH fan. All due respect to SRH, but I will be lying to myself if I say they are worth it to qualify for playoffs. They do not have the team. They do not have the players. Even if they reach the playoffs, it will be a disappointing eliminator game between third and fourth place team, because it's not about just reaching the playoff. It's about giving the tough competition to the teams which are there in the top four. So SRH, unfortunately, it's not completely their fault. The luck has not been great with them. Mitchell Marsh got injured in the very first game. He would have been fantastic on these tracks. You had a Bhuvaneshwar Kumar, our number one bowler, who has got injured. So these two injuries are like, we have broken our backs. So SRH for this season, I will definitely want them to win the next games which they play, but I don't want them to qualify for the playoffs. RR would be very dangerous. If they qualify in the top four, they can give a huge surprise to the number 3 team, and anything can happen there. So, Sunny, you agree with that, or you have any other team to pick?
Well, I agree with that. If RR could somehow sort out their opening combination, I feel they're a good team to beat on these kind of wickets, and they have got very good players, very good international players who have proved themselves on the international level. So it'll be good to watch out for if they make it to top four. But as I said, unless and until something bizarre happens, I don't think any of the top four getting out of the playoffs.
Okay, Keshav. Oh, we
He's
lost
gone
it.
again because of Wi-Fi. So
Yeah,
Imam
Wi-Fi.
bhai, as you mentioned, ki Rajasthan play KKR in the next game. Before KKR, they play SRH. After that, they play Mumbai Indians, which will be their, I would say, litmus test.
I agree. I agree. But I think this kind of team can beat Mumbai Indians also. And after yesterday's game, Mumbai Indians would be kicking themselves that they did not win. So, तो मेरे को नहीं लगता कि the Mumbai Indians will be too firm favorites. So I still think that this RR team can beat Mumbai Indians. So Keshav, asking you, we want RR to qualify to Swapnil's answer. He's asking us, कौन है, who should qualify if there is a chance. Which team would you pick? Keshav?
Keshav,
केशव अपना वेबकैम ठीक करने में लगा है. केशव, can you hear us? Keshav, can you
Keshav,
hear
can
us?
you hear us, buddy?
Okay, no
I
worries.
think he's not. Yeah.
He's not. So let's move on. So that's what I think, Sunny. I somehow feel that RR can beat Mumbai Indians also.
And also,
And
after yesterday's game, I think Mumbai Indians would be at a seesaw kind of thing because they peaked too early in the tournament, which usually they used to do in the later half of the tournament, and that's a big worry for them, I think, in this year's IPL.
also, I was very, didn't understand the logic of Rohit Sharma not coming out for the post-match presentation. I'm just thinking that it might be because of the hit which he had taken trying to lap the ball. That's the only thing I can think of. There's no apparent injury which I saw. So that's something which we want to hear from. Ashif looks to be a Punjab fan. He says Punjab should be the fourth team. So tomorrow we'll find out, Ashif, how kitna pani mein Punjab hai, because yes, they have beaten Mumbai Indians in super overs, and I a lot of credit to their fight. I know a lot of credit to that. So tomorrow we'll find out. Keshav, can you hear us, buddy?
Yeah, I can.
Okay, so Keshav, the question is, out of SRH, KXIP and RR, which team would you want to see at the fourth spot if there was a chance?
Wow, so you are just counting out KKR like anything.
No. I'm saying कि if there is these three teams, इनमें से आपको choose करना है number 4. If KKR slip up, Swapnil is asking this, not me. So I'm just asking you, who would you pick?
I'll probably pick KXIP because they have been unlucky at times, and they have shown relentless sort of efforts game after game, and there has been a lot of intent, especially when you see the faces of Rahul, Kumble, Mayank after the losses. It's very difficult to see them bear losses after losses, even after giving their 100%. And they have a good combination. They have a good team, and they have the capability to even defeat big teams like MI and DC, like we saw last night. So I'd like to see them getting into the playoffs, and probably see three teams have never won IPL: KXIP, DC, and RCB. So I'll be happy if any of these win, and if KXIP can make it, then it will be a hell of a story, because they were at the half point, they were at the bottom of the table, and if they end up winning it, I mean nothing like that.
Saying this only because वो तेरा जो आज का मैंने देखा, तो सनी ने हमको बताया कि किस तरह से पंजाब को सपोर्ट कर रहा था केशव in one of the shows. Is it because of that? Is it because of that, or only you're trying to say कि अच्छे players हैं पंजाब के पास?
No, it's see, actually I am a Punjabi, so being a Punjabi, I think I have some rights to cheer for Punjab, and
Buddy,
तो अगर
not
चेन्नई
some
अब बाहर हो
rights.
जाती,
Not some rights. You have all the rights to support Punjab. This is a fans
नहीं
hangout.
ऐसे
You can support whoever you want. That's absolutely fine.
ऐसे
You look
ऐसे
at
तो
look
देखो
at
मैं फिर दिल्ली से
look at
बिलोंग करता
Punjab.
हूँ, तो
Look at Keshav. Okay, look at the teams he can support. He's actually a Punjabi, so he can support Punjab. Stays in Mumbai now, and because he's soon to be a music director. So Mumbai जीतता है वो बोलेगा Mumbai Indians भी उनका fan हो सकता हूँ मैं. Then he's a Delhi का मुंडा. Then he can definitely say Delhi is on top. So there are three teams, and CSK का fan तो वो है ही, as we all know. So I think even if CSK is out tonight, Keshav is still not complaining. He can still be happy and say कि मेरी team तो जीती, because Mumbai, Delhi.
Imam bhai, just think about when these four teams make it to top 4. What will happen then?
वो तो पांचों उंगली घी में हो जाएगी ना केशव की जब. He can pick whatever he wants. All right, I think
but
we
I
are.
think चेन्नई
Yeah.
चेन्नई के चांस खत्म होने के बाद I'll probably root for Punjab, and if
Okay.
they don't make it to the playoffs, then I'll probably root for Bangalore, because I just want to see a new team winning, and I think AB का भी अभी I think last season हो सकता है, एक ही season शायद और खेलेगा. So the kind of player he is, the kind of human he is, I really want him to pick that trophy.
Fantastic. Very well said. A lot of people will agree with that. So, let's quickly look at our predictions table, which was something very important. So, yesterday, I know Keshav was not there on the show, but Keshav, we took your answer by default. We thought that you'll definitely say CSK. And then Sunny तो आज Sunny ने RR बोला था. तो आप दोनों की गाड़ी वहीं पे रुक गई है.
मैंने CSK बोला था.
Oh, CSK, वही CSK बोला था, दोनों की गाड़ी रुक गई है. So can we have the scrolling quickly, guys? Prediction. Wow, I've taken that lead. I feel like Delhi Capitals now, because Mumbai का एक मैच आ रहा था, so I've got breathing space. So 5 का difference है, तो weekend आने तक तो मैं at least I'll be there. So let's see what happens towards the end of the tournament. But it's always fun, guys. This we do in more of fun, but we also try to once we predict, we always back the team. So it's
And
been like
at
that.
the start of our hangout, you said कि if I top you what you said कि if you tops the table, you would be the happiest guy even if SRS don't make it to the top 4. So that has been the case for you.
Yeah, because see, at the end of the day, you need to be logical also, Sunny. You are a fan, yes, but you have to be logical sometimes. And trust me, on that KKR game, I was with SRH. I was like holding my heart like this when 2 runs were needed of 1 ball, and I was thinking कि बस 2 run ले लेना क्योंकि लॉकी फर्ग्यूसन का सुपर ओवर में आप नहीं खेल पाओगे. I knew that they'll bowl Loki Ferguson, and I told in the group also, right? The moment super over hua, I said this is gone. 80-20 or 70-30 in favor of KKR because Ferguson will bowl that over. And that's what happened. So SRH unfortunately don't have the resources here, and I feel sad for them. I feel sad for myself, but at the same time, you need to see the tournament as a fan as well. So it's not just SRH, it's not just CSK, it's on the whole.
See, after tonight's result, during predictions, I'll think twice because now I'm not going to choose Chennai by default in every game. Because now anyway, they're out of the tournament race for the playoffs. So now I'm sure the teams will be licking their, teams will be oppositions will be licking their fingers to meet Chennai. Now, पहले क्या होता था? पहले जब चेन्नई अपने पीक पे था तब होता था कि बाकी की 7 टीमें खेलती हैं ताकि चेन्नई को फाइनल में जाके मिले. बट अभी उल्टा हो गया. अभी टीम्स चाहेंगी कि हम चेन्नई को खेलें, काश वो जादव को टीम में रखें, काश वो मुरली विजय को वापस बुला ले. सो अभी ये उल्टा हो गया. Life comes a full circle.
Oh my God! All right. So you can
And
see
the irony that Sunny was pointing out कि आप predictions पे top पे चल रहे हो but SRH अच्छा नहीं कर रही है. Today on the most important game, the most important match day, Chennai gave the worst performance, and today I won the fantasy league contest. That's the biggest irony.
consolation prize for Keshav then. Congratulations. Who was your captain, by the way?
Butler as my captain. Butler was my captain. That's right.
Fantastic. Sunny is not talking about it, so I am sure he did not have a great day at the fantasy.
No, well, I won 80 rupees. My captain was Smith, vice captain was Dhoni, but I'm happy because I won something.
Can you repeat that? Who was your vice captain?
MS Dhoni. Yes,
so what,
you heard it right.
No. But he gave him points. Dhoni got 28 runs and he was, I think, second or third in the fantasy points of the game today. Because he took a couple of catches also, right?
But the fact
he's on Butler is on first, Chahar is on 2, and Dhoni is on 3. So all these 3 players are there in my team.
Dekh, Sunny, I am not surprised understand my agony here. It's not about how many points Dhoni has given. Even if you would have given number 1 points, I would have still been shocked. कि मतलब तेरे को इतना भरोसा धोनी पे है. पहले तो धोनी की बैटिंग तो मतलब उसको खुद पे भरोसा नहीं रहा बैटिंग पे. But you still backed him. Boss, credit to you. अगली बार फैंटेसी लीग में गई.
देखो अभी क्या है ना कि आप वो जो विकेट कीपर वाला ऑप्शन होता है वहां पे लिमिटेड नंबर ऑफ प्लेयर आप सिलेक्ट कर सकते हो. तो सैमसन और धोनी में से आजकल लोग धोनी लेंगे क्योंकि सैमसन का तो ऐसा फ्लॉप शो चल रहा है कि कम से कम धोनी के 15-20 रन मिलते हैं आपको. सैमसन के उतने भी नहीं मिलते.
Okay, that's a surprise for me, but I would never pick a Dhoni for a fantasy league क्योंकि he first of all he comes down the order. He gets a very less chance, less deliveries. Samson comes on the top, number 3 पे आता है. So I would pick Samson any day, but fine.
And Imam bhai, this is for the second time I've made MS Dhoni the vice captain. Last time I made him vice captain, I won 1400 rupees.
Let me stop this conversation right here.
Imam, you are comparing Samson and Dhoni. Samson comes at 3, but Dhoni coming at number 5 for Chennai. It's one and the same thing क्योंकि ऊपर वाले ज्यादा देर टिकते नहीं है हमारे. तो धोनी को इनफ बॉल्स मिल जाते हैं और वो 25-30 रन देता है हमको, तो दैट द पॉइंट्स मैटर फॉर ड्रीम 11, नॉट द स्ट्राइक रेट्स.
Okay, so when Keshav said Dream 11, it's about the fantasy league he's referring to. He is not the Dream 11.
So,
Fantasy league में जीता है वो. Where do you have to go? Simple है. fantasy.circleofcricket.com पे जाओ, अपना टीम बनाओ. As Keshav won, as Sunny won, you can also go and win. And not just 300 or 1800 rupees or 1400 rupees. You can win cash worth up to 42 lakhs. Imagine. If that is the case, we will not be on the show that day. We'll be out celebrating. But I'm confident that none of us will win that 42 lakhs. But we can't. You can do it. Go out there and try to win it as quickly as possible. All right, we are almost done with the time. Tomorrow we have one game, and tomorrow's game is going to be really, really interesting because again, KXIP are on the verge of the knockout. It's like going to every game knowing that if you get beaten, you have to come back. It's like that final board exams जो होते हैं ना, जो आप लिखते हो कि अब ये नहीं लिखा, अगर आप नहीं गए तो खत्म, ये साल गया आपका. So that's what it is tomorrow. So it's going to be DC playing KXIP. So let me quickly take in the predictions for tomorrow. Let me start with Keshav. Keshav, DC taking on Kings 11 Punjab. Sunny, कहाँ पे खेल रहे हैं? जल्दी से बोल.
दुबई.
Keshav, your pick for tomorrow.
Since I said CSK के बाहर होने के बाद मैं पंजाब को सपोर्ट करता हूँ. और अभी देखो ये वापस से दिस इज अ वेरी डिफिकल्ट चॉइस फॉर मी बिकॉज मैं दिल्ली से हूँ और मैं पंजाबी हूँ, तो मेरे को यहाँ
यू आल्सो सेड दैट मैं दिमाग से पिक करूंगा, सो डोंट गो बाय दैट हार्ट.
दिमाग से ही कर रहा हूँ क्योंकि पंजाब को अभी again they are in the do and die situation like last night and they defeated one of the best teams last night, albeit in couple of super overs, but they defeated. So tomorrow again I'll be going for them. It's always good to support the underdogs, because the more you win, the more entertainment it brings in to the whole tournament. The more you support them, you know, जितने उनके chances बनते हैं तो उतना ही in the longer run, you know, it's good for the IPL because you don't want 4 teams running away and then 4 teams just, you know, playing among themselves. So it's and I hope that it will be a cliffhanger again because that's how Punjab's games have been. Like last night was probably the best T20 I've ever seen, and today it was such a shit show. It was a bore fest. So I hope that, you know, Punjab आज जो हमें फालतू का जो मैच देखने मिला थोड़ा सा कुछ बेटर.
Perfect. Sunny, I know what you'll pick, but let's hear it from the horse's mouth.
Yeah, I definitely pick Delhi tomorrow, not because I'm a DC fan, but because Rishabh Pant is back for tomorrow's game. So Hitmyer will also come into the team because Alex Carey will be out. And I feel, you know, Rahane would have to sit out in this match. So since Pant and Hitmyer are making into the 11 tomorrow, I'll back Delhi.
Okay. All right. Delhi. So tomorrow, if I have to pick, guys, something tells me that tomorrow is going to be Kings 11 Punjab's night. I don't know what, but they have beaten Mumbai, as Keshav said, and I will, I think Delhi is on the verge of getting a defeat tomorrow because I finally feel Kings 11 have got their team combination right. And Christopher Henry Gale in an interview today said he came out with anger to face that super over because he felt that they should have won the main match. So a lot of things going Kings 11 Punjab's way. I know they have the best bowling attack in the tournament, but be wary of Kings 11 because I'm going to pick Kings 11 as well. So let's see what happens.
And also, Imam Bhai, we are playing at the same venue where we played the super over with them. So as Keshav said, it could be a close game, a cliffhanger.
Yeah. See, I said that because first of all, कल भी इन्होंने बड़ी टीम को सुपर ओवर में ही हराया और दिल्ली को भी जब पहला मैच हुआ था तो सुपर ओवर में they were neck to neck. In fact, they looked a better team than Delhi, and I think it was the first game of the season for both the teams. And we were all praising Punjab कि यार बड़ा सही combination है, and you know they have started really well, especially when Delhi's batsmen were down. Stoinis had to come to rescue and take them to a good score. But see, it's all about the manner in which you play. I think the defeats that came for Punjab, they were probably more hurtful for Punjab fans than the defeats that came for Chennai. But it's the manner in which you play, and they addressed it, and they showed more intent and started winning. But Chennai never addressed it. They kept playing in the same manner. They kept picking up the same old players, tested players, and that's why they are now at the bottom of the table, and Punjab has taken off.
Perfect. So let's see tomorrow. Both me and Keshav picked Kings 11. Sunny picked Delhi Capitals. Thank you so much, Sunny. Thank you so much, Keshav. It was wonderful as usual talking to you guys. Thank you so much, Ritvik, Ashif, Swapnil, Krishna Sahani, and also I think a couple of more. Shubhankar. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for commenting here. We'll be back tomorrow, guys. Have a good night's sleep. कल का बहुत ही important match है. वापस आएंगे and we'll talk about it tomorrow right after the game. Take care. Bye bye.